Hi guys, it's Sarah, the owner and creator behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, I'm so glad that you're here, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new or not subscribed yet, please hit subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And I do have a giveaway coming up, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, to the video. Sorry, it's been a long day. I have something super fun to share with you guys. So, I did a video about an unboxing of an estate sale that I had stumbled upon. Well, even though I'm trying super hard not to buy yarn because I have an abundance of yarn now because I have wonderful family and friends that share with me, and they're amazing and I love them so much. And I love finding amazing treasures. So I was stalking Facebook Marketplace one day and I stumbled upon a sale. So what I want to tell you guys, if you're a new knitter and you are really wanting to get like really nice yarn, but your budget just doesn't seem to allow it, you're really struggling with that, let me just tell you, if you pay attention to like Facebook Marketplace, maybe Craigslist, I've never looked on there, but definitely Facebook Marketplace for like either your local area. That's where I got this. I found it at a semi-local area where I could drive to it, the location, and purchase it. But there are people that are willing to work with you and you can get amazing yarn. So this listing was just a yarn lot. It just said a yarn lot. It was kind of confusing. There were bins and everything was piled in the bins and you couldn't really tell what was in the bins. So one thing to keep in mind, especially if someone doesn't really specify what's in it, you can ask. Please ask them. So that's what I did. I asked, what's the primary fiber content, because I love to knit with wool. And this individual said, oh, well, there's actually a lot of wool, like really nice wool in this. And once she said that, and she says primary sock yarn. So sock yarn is fingering yarn, basically. They're like interchangeable. So when I heard that, I was like, okay. And then I asked her, we kind of negotiated our pricing. She was super willing to work with me. So that was awesome and really nice person. And let me tell you, she is amazing. So once I actually got the bag, I didn't even look at it. Now, that could have been, a good or bad move, but I agreed to the mystery of what was there, and I knew I was going to walk away with it no matter what, so I did. And I came home with this massive, you guys, I kid you not, an entire, one of those black garbage bags, like a 30-gallon, or whatever that is, 30-gallon garbage bag, packed to the top with yarn. And so I just grabbed it, and, I purchased it, and I came home, and I went through it, and let me tell you, this was an amazing deal. So I bought some bins because I buy bins when I need it. I'm trying not to have more yarn than I have bins, but I had to buy 2 bins. So this whole bin is one. This mostly filled bin is another. This is all yarn from this individual. And this. So this is the only acrylic that was in there. I'm pretty positive this is all acrylic, just by feeling it. Pretty sure. This might be cotton yarn. This project, there were a bunch of projects that were not finished in here. So I can deconstruct those because I don't have patterns. I can't finish them. But a bunch of yarn, okay? To give you an idea of how amazing it is, I couldn't buy half of this yarn for the price I paid for it. I couldn't buy a quarter of this yarn for the price I paid for it. So people are amazing. I have discovered this, You people in the yarn and knitting community and fiber world are so amazing and willing to work with each other and supportive of each other, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I love being part of that community, and I get to support the woman who had this and was willing to work with me by paying her for it, and now I get to pay it forward. So um, I'm not going to go through this completely like I did my unboxing video last time, because I just don't know if you guys are really into that. But there is like a bunch of yarn. So there's a bunch of yarn that some of it is used, like this probably is partially used, but there are a bunch of full-size little skeins, like this one. And this is a German-based brand. A bunch of these are German and Swedish, which I've never gotten my hands on that kind of yarn. And she has some Italian yarn in here, which when I saw that, I just almost wanted to scream. Italy holds a special place in my heart from when I got to study there for a semester when I was in college. So these are, the majority are either 100% superwash merino or 75% superwash merino and polyamide, you know, like blends. This is, like I said, sock yarn or fingering, in other words. I am without words. I really am. I'm without words. But there's a bunch of this that is a full-size skein. Like, when I looked at all the full-size ones, I could not, again, pay for all the full-size ones with the amount that I paid for this. So I got an amazing deal. And then here is, let's see here, some of the Italian yarn. And it's called like Sophia? Sophia? Yeah. La Lana del Signonero. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. And yeah. Made in Italy, which, Italy, like I said, I love it. There's a bunch of wonderful colors, and these ones that are these lighter colors, I would love to make, which I want to now, because I kept seeing people making like bralettes, and I really want to make one now out of superwash wool, because people have made them and they say they're the most comfortable thing in the world. And I love bralettes, they're just very comfortable, and why not? I now have the fingering. Like, I really wanted to have more fingering weight yarn and sock yarn to make socks and do that, and now I have it. You know, you ask, you know, maybe you should receive, and this is amazing. So also I've got a bunch of this beautiful wool. This is called Little Dorrit, and it's King Cole is the brand. So I've got a bunch of these, and they're 25 gram skeins, so they're little. So you would need, I would say, at least 2 of these to make like a set of like shorty socks. This is 80-20 wool, so 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. But look at that gorgeous color. It looks like an oil slick. Oh, is that beautiful or what? Absolutely gorgeous. And I got a bunch of those. And then I've got some fun ones like this. It's called Wildfoot. And look at that color. Beautiful. So this is like, I have 2 bins. One is like more the solid colors, and then the other is like multicolored or semi-solids, or like there's another one the same brand. Beautiful green. And then this one's fun. Another luxury sock yarn. This is 75-25 blend, Wildfoot. How fun, right? I love it. I love it so much. And I've got some tweed in here, and then there's a bunch of, I didn't mean to talk away from you. There's a bunch of wool from this. I know I won't say this right because I think this is Swedish. And I think I've established in another video I don't speak Swiss. So this is like Froelich wool. Froelich? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm like relying on German. My German I learned in 3rd grade, guys. So that's what I'm learning this from. But special, yeah, special. And it came, like most of these skeins, there's a bunch of these, this one's used, but there's a bunch of these little skeins, and they came with, I want to say it is mending yarn. So, yeah. I put the mending yarn in this bag, because the mending yarn that wasn't in a skein, because it came in like this, in a skein. But they're these, like this, it's probably for like mending or sample, but it's the same color. So the same color came inside of this, like this. So I would say this is probably, I think it's for mending, because it's not a lot. So it's not something like this would be for the toe and heel. This is like for mending, I think. But there's a bunch of that. Like there is a bunch of it. And she said it was from her travels, and so I really wonder if she spent a lot of time overseas, because there's a lot of Swiss and German wool in here, and it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And then there's this super fun stuff, which I don't even know, this is more of a worsted weight. But the majority of this yarn is fingering weight. So what else do I have in here? Yeah, here's some of that tweed. This is Scholler Essinger Fortisma tweed. I think this is out of Germany. Pretty sure it's German. I don't know. It's a tweed. And that's a full-size skein. And then there's a wee bit of, looks like hand spun. I think this is Angora or something. Just a little bit of that. So she has some fun little art yarn in here. Like this, I would call this like an art yarn. I don't even know what exactly this is. I want to say this might be acrylic. This is probably acrylic. But like I said, the majority of her yarn is wool or some form of wool. And she had a couple of this, which is gorgeous, right up my alley. And the majority of this yarn is darker colors. Now, like I said, there's still a few of these lighter colors in there, but the majority of this yarn is, like, there's a light color, darker, like rich colors and jewel tones, and I'm so excited. And look at this fun one. Mimosa Superwash. It's gonna get totally blasted out, but it's like a light lime yellowy, super light colored. This is 100% wool. Super fun. So the first time I went and did, like I said, the estate sale online, it was this, like, all this wonderful, more rustic wool that is wonderful and warm and fabulous, but I don't think I could put it next to my skin, like, other than socks, maybe, or mittens. I just can't make scarves out of this, I don't think. I'm pretty certain that this would probably itch me. There were a few skeins and stuff that I could put next to skin, but a lot of it was just super fun vintage wool. Like, a lot of this is vintage, which is awesome, and I will work with it. But a lot of this wool was not super vintage. I mean, maybe it's probably older, but some of it's not old. Like, a lot of them have labels on it, and a lot of them are full-size skeins. So I kind of hinted at this, you know, I am going to do a giveaway. It is going to be involved with a charity. It's more going to be a knit along, which I've never done that before, but it will be a knit along. And I am going to pay it forward with this wonderful yarn. So in previous videos, I have said that I would love to do a giveaway, but it's just not very, I just am not in the position where I can really give away a lot. You know, a lot of this yarn is wonderful, and I would love to gift you guys with really nice yarn. And, you know, I'm just not in a good place to be doing extravagant things when it comes to giveaways. But thanks to powers that be, I was gifted I paid for it, but I paid a super, super reasonable price for all of this yarn. And yeah, I still, when I think about it, it pretty much almost brings me to tears. I'm not gonna lie, because what I paid for this is amazing. So I would love to pay it forward, and I am going to do a giveaway. Like I said, it's going to be involved with a charity, and it will be a knit along end of things. So I'll give you more information about that, and it probably will have its own video. If not, it will be in a regular weekly podcast, and I'm going to talk about it in detail at that time. But it's going to take a little bit of time for me to set up, because I just need to get it done. But there will be some of this yarn as part of that prize, because you know, I'd love to do more giveaways, and so it'll be a small giveaway, but it'll still be a giveaway, and I'm really excited about it, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And I know this is kind of a different video than normal, but I just really wanted to put it out there that you guys, if you're ever thinking you just can't have wool, like you can't have what you're looking for, don't be discouraged, especially if you're a new knitter. Just look out there, like look on Facebook or go to garage sales and do that, because for one, a lot of times people will work with you. If you see something and you're like, wow, that's really cool, and you tell them your story and tell them you'd really like to purchase it, a lot of people will work with you, especially when they know you're passionate about it, because sometimes people just can't, maybe they have an injury and they can't knit anymore, and they would love nothing more than someone who's enthusiastic and loves to knit, to be able to knit with their yarn, you know, that they cherished and they loved, and that's why they purchased it. So, as much as I would absolutely love for you to purchase Multifarious Nature yarn, I would just love for you to knit, and I would love for you to find some totally awesome yarn for a good price as well, because knitting has brought me so much joy, and I hope that knitting or crochet or whatever fiber art that you love, or craft you love in general, I hope it brings you joy. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.